Hello students, welcome back to PRK Learning. So, in the last session, what we discussed? We discussed about Ohm's law, right? So, what is the Ohm's law? Ohm's law is nothing but potential difference across the ends of the conductor is directly proportional to the current flowing through that conductor. That means potential difference is directly proportional to the current. Means if current potential difference increases, current also increases. If potential difference decreases, current also decreases. So this we saw, the relation we got from that Ohm's law is V is directly proportional to I, right? From that, when we remove this proportionality sign, we got V is equals to IR. This relation we got, and here what the R we got, we call the proportionality constant, we call it as resistance. This we discussed in our last session. So today we have to discuss all about this resistance. We have to understand what does mean by resistance. What is this resistance? Why we are using this in our circuit? Why we are learning this resistance in our this chapter? So we will discuss this all the terms here today. So today we are going to discuss all about resistance. Okay? So what is resistance? What is resistance? What is resistance? What is resistance? Resist. The word itself it is telling the meaning resist. Means something it is opposing. Something it is opposing. So in this chapter, like suppose, I will give you one example. Suppose you are going to the traffic. You are running and you are going to the traffic. What happens? Your speed will become slow. Why? Because you will collide with so many people are there. So many vehicles are there. You will collide with them, right? And therefore, your speed will become slow. That means they are providing you resistance. They are opposing your speed. Therefore, you are getting, your speed is getting slow, right? So, in this our chapter, in electricity chapter, what are flowing? What are flowing? Current is flowing, right? Means charges are flowing, no doubt, because charge will flow, then only we will get electric current. So, in this chapter, charges are flowing or electric current is flowing. So, this resistance opposes that flow of electric current. This resistance opposes the flow of electric current. So, resistance means what? It is the property of the conductor which opposes the flow of electric current. Okay, so this is resistance. The resistance in a circuit we will denote by the symbol like this. In a circuit, when we will show the resistance in the circuit, this is the symbol for the resistance. This is the symbol for the resistance. SI unit of resistance is ohm, which is denoted by this symbol. The SI unit, this is the unit of resistance, because we got the resistance in this relation, V is proportional to I. Then when we remove the proportionality sign, we got V is equals to IR. From this relation we get a resistance. So therefore, and this relation is given by ohm. So therefore, the unit of resistance become the ohm, which is denoted by this symbol ohm. Right? Now, when resistance means resistance is opposing the flow of current. Resistance is opposing the flow of current. That means if resistance will increase, the current will decrease. Right? When resistance will increase, current will decrease. And if the resistance will decrease, current in that circuit will be more. Right? Means current will increase. Right? So this is resistance. What is resistance? It opposes the flow of current, and the SI unit of resistance is ohm. From this formula, what you will get? What you will get the formula for R? R is equals to V by I you will get. Right? R is equals to V by I. Means in the last session also we got, when we saw the VI graph, this is the potential here, current was there. When we are getting the slope of VI graph, that is the resistance. Means slope of VI graph is giving us the resistance. Right? Slope of VI graph is giving us the resistance. So, resistance means it which opposes the flow of electric current. Why resistance is there? See here. Because we have a conductor. Now what do you think? Conductor, if I have this conductor, one conductor. Okay, I have this conductor. In this conductor is made up of what? If suppose I have a copper conductor. This copper conductor is made up of definitely the copper atoms. These are the copper atoms. This copper conductor will be made up of copper atoms. And do you think all the conductors, any means copper wire, or if you are thinking about silver or gold, you can take a very nice example of gold, right? If you make the ornament of gold, like the jewelry, if you want to make a jewelries of gold, you have to mix some impurities. Like you have to mix some silver, any impurities you will mix. Copper, sometimes they will mix. They will mix because in the pure form, the gold is in pure form is very soft. Sometimes someone will say it will be in liquid form. We can't make the jewelries from the pure gold. Therefore, we will mix some impurities in that gold, and then we will make a jewelry to give the definite shape. Because to the pure gold, you can't give the definite shape, right? So, to give the definite shape, we will mix some impurities in that. So, already the gold, suppose this is the gold wire we will take. Okay, this is the gold wire. This is the gold wire. Now, if it is the gold wire, means it is made up of, they have the gold atoms, and I am telling you, if I have to make the gold wire, means I have to add some impurities. I am adding some impurities, means if suppose I am adding the impurity of copper, means in the gold, again I am mixing the copper, right? So, in that now copper atoms are there. Suppose I will write the copper atoms with the star mark. These are the suppose copper atoms. Right. So, these are copper atoms are there. Gold in gold, because we are mixing. They are impurities. So, these are the atoms, and these are called as, suppose we will call it as a foreign atoms. And as soon as when I will create the potential difference, when I will connect the ends of this conductor to the battery, potential difference will be created. When and if atoms are there, definitely the electrons are there, right? There are the electrons, and as soon as I connect the battery to this conductor, electrons start moving randomly. Right? Electrons are moving. When the electron, and which electron will move? Which are free electrons will move. Electrons start flowing, right? When electron start flowing, indeed, what they will do? They will collide with this atom, they will collide with this atom, they will collide with this atom. They will get very much collision. They will collide with the gold atoms, they will collide with the foreign atoms also, and they will collide with themselves also. Means the one electron will collide with the other electrons also. So now when the electron flows, the collision, so many collisions they will do. So many collisions will happen, and that collision, if the collision is happening, that means they are reducing the speed of the electron. If electrons is going in the very fast, electron is going very fast, one atom came, it collided with that atom. What happened? Speed of the electron decreased. Again he starts moving. Again suppose another foreign atom came, there again it will collide. Then again the speed of that electron will decrease. Again another electron will come. To that electron it will collide, and then again the speed will decrease. That means what? These collisions are what? These collisions are nothing but the resistance. This collision means what? Like when electrons start moving, current start flowing, right? When electrons start moving, current start flowing. When electrons are colliding on other atoms, means what? The current is becoming slow. No, the current is not flowing through it then. They are resisting the current, and therefore that is called as resistance. Okay, so I think you understand what is resistance, which opposes the flow of electric current is called as, or flow of electric charges is called as resistance. The SI unit of resistance is ohm. Okay, now this resistance depends on some factors. This resistance depends on some factors. What are those factors now? We have to see. Okay. Okay guys, now we have to see on which factors the resistance depends. On which factor the resistance depends? Now see, resistance depends on first factor is temperature. Second factor is length of the conductor. And third factor is area of cross section. And fourth point is nature of the material. Okay, so resistance depends on temperature, length of the conductor, area of cross section and nature of the material. So if the temperature will increase, resistance will also increase. If the temperature will increase, resistance will also increase. Like if suppose you have one bulb, you are connecting in one circuit. This circuit is open circuit right now. This circuit is open right now. The circuit is not closed. So what happened? Bulb will not glow. At this time you record the value of resistance. Suppose that is R1. Now you switched on the bulb. After few minutes, if you will see, the bulb will get heated. Bulb will get heated. At this time, you again measure the value of resistance at that time. The value of resistance at that time is suppose R2. Okay. So now you will see that R2 will be greater than R1. So from this you can understand R is directly proportional to the temperature, because the temperature increase, resistance also increase. Temperature decrease, resistance is also decrease. So resistance is directly proportional to the temperature. Okay, now we have to see how the resistance depends on the length of the conductor. How? If I have suppose this short wire and suppose I have this one long wire. Okay, in this wire, before also I told you how resistance is creating. This wire is made up of metal, right? Means atoms. So many atoms are there. In there, so many electrons are there. So this free electrons, when they starts moving, they collide with the atoms of that material. They collide with the impurities. They collide with the other electrons also. And these collisions provides us the resistance. Right? So in this case, if suppose the length of the wire is this much, so that electron is to move only this much distance. So less collisions will be there. That means less resistance. Now if in this case, if you will see, the electron has to cover this much distance. So electron has to cover more distance. That means there will be more collisions. And more collisions means more resistance. Right? So as length increases, resistance of the conductor also increases. As length of the conductor decreases, resistance also decreases. So the resistance is directly proportional to the length of the conductor. Okay, so this is how the resistance depends on the length of the conductor. Resistance is directly proportional to the length of the conductor. Now, area of cross section. Now see, I have this wire, one wire, and I have one thick wire. This is a thin wire, this is a thick wire. Now, in both of this wire, if you will see, here are the atoms, here all atoms are there. Right? Atoms. Electron is moving here. Now, when electrons start flowing, when we will create a potential difference, when we will connect to the battery, electrons will start flowing. When electrons will flow, they have a less space here. So, they have to fight more. They have to collide more. Collisions will be more there. Here, if the thickness increases, the space between the atoms will also increase. So, the collision, the electron, when electrons are moving, they have a somewhat more space to move freely. Right? So, therefore, here collisions will be less. means thickness increases, collisions are less, means resistance is less. Thickness decreases, collisions are more, means resistance more. That means this area increase, area decrease, resistance increase. Area increase, resistance decrease. That means resistance is inversely proportional to area of cross section. Like simple example you can take, if you have a tunnel, if you have to go through the tunnel, right? So if the area of that tunnel is less, right? So you will feel very difficulty to move to that tunnel. If the area of that tunnel is big, you can go easily through that tunnel, right? The same way electron can flow easily if the area is more. That means and electrons are moving freely, means there is more current, means resistance is less, right? So area resistance is inversely proportional to the area of cross section. Now see this point here, resistance is inversely proportional to the area of cross section. Now for understanding the fourth point, you see here from these 2 points you understand that area is directly proportional to the length of the conductor and inversely proportional to the area of cross section. Means we can write like this, area is directly proportional to length of the conductor, resistance is directly proportional to the length of the conductor and resistance is inversely proportional to the area of cross section, right? That means now if I have to remove this proportionality sign, means I have to convert that proportionality sign into equal to, I have to use some proportionality constant, right? Suppose that proportionality constant I am using rho. This is called as this is the symbol for rho. This is called as rho. Suppose this proportionality constant is rho, so it will be rho LA. Rho LA. So this rho is called as proportionality constant, which is called as specific resistance. Specific resistance, which is called as specific resistance or resistivity, which is called as resistivity. Now we will understand more about this resistivity. What is resistivity? What is specific resistance? Now resistivity means, you know what? Like if you have, first you understand every material, like every thing have their specific density, right? They have some fixed density. Every object have their fixed density. Same way, every material have their fixed resistivity. Every material have their fixed resistivity. So that means if suppose this I am taking one copper wire, okay, again this is another copper wire. Suppose the length of this copper wire is more than this copper wire, but this is also made up of copper, this is also made up of copper. So both will have the same resistivity, though they will have the different resistance. They will have, means when we will connect to the circuit, this wire and this wire will have the same resistivity. Resistivity does not depend on the length. Resistivity does not depend on area of cross section. If I will take one thin wire and one thick wire, it does not depend. If they made up of same material, this is also made up of copper, this is also made up of copper, suppose, then their resistivity will be same. Okay, don't confuse in between resistance and resistivity. Resistance is for throughout the circuit. Resistance is for the throughout the conductor, and resistivity is just depend on the material, from which material it is made up of. It depends on that, and that is our fourth point on which the resistance depends. So resistance depends on the nature of the material, means resistivity. Okay, resistance depends on the nature of the material, means from which material it is made up of. Suppose it is made up of copper, these two wires will have the fixed resistivity. These two wires will have the fixed resistivity. If if now suppose one example again I will give you here. If I have now this one another wire. Suppose this is made up of copper, this is made up of silver. Okay, this is made up of copper, this is made up of silver. This is also 1 meter length. This is also 1 meter length. Okay, now it is made up of copper, it is made up of silver. When I will ask you, if I will connect this conductor to in a circuit, how much resistance it will provide? So you will say, and how much resistance it will provide? They will provide the same resistance. They will provide the same resistance. But in this case, the resistivity will be different because it is made up of copper and it is made up of silver. Means resistivity depends on nature of the material, from which material it is made up of. Resistivity. Resistivity is a specific resistance. Resistivity is depends on only the nature of the material, or sometimes it depends on temperature also. Right? Resistivity depends on the nature of the material and temperature. But the resistance depends on the length of the conductor, area of cross section of the conductor. Resistivity does not depend on length or area of cross section. I have a big wire of copper and I have a small wire of copper. They both will have the same resistivity. Okay, they both will have the same resistivity. Resistance will be different. Resistance will be different. Like if I will say, this is the one copper wire, this is another copper wire. It is thin, it is thick. Both are made up of copper. But if I will ask you, in which case the resistance is more, you will say that in thin wire resistance is more. In thick wire resistance is less. But if I will ask you, what about resistivity of that both the wires? Resistivity is same because they both made up of copper. Because they both made up of copper. So resistivity means it just depends on the nature of the material, from which material it is made up of. And the resistance depends on the complete circuit. Throughout the circuit, how much resistance we are providing. Like suppose simple example I will give you. Here you see. Here I have one, suppose copper wire I am connecting here, copper conductor. And this copper conductor end I am connecting to the battery. Here I am providing one resistance also. One resistance. I told you the symbol we will draw in a circuit resistance like this. This is resistance. Suppose this resistance is of 3 ohm. Resistance is of 3 ohm. Suppose this is a silver conductor I made up of and its value is 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 8. Right? 10 raised to power minus 8. So 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 8. Now if I will ask you, what is the resistance when current will flow through this conductor? How much resistance only this conductor will provide? How much resistance this conductor will provide? That is the specific resistance. That is resistivity. How much resistance it will provide? You will just say this resistance it will provide. Now, if I will ask you, when current will flow through this whole circuit, how much resistance will provide through this circuit? Then you will say that 3 ohm plus 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 8 ohm. This resistance it will provide. Complete. How much resistance? So this is resistivity. And this is complete resistance. Understand? So, extra resistance we are adding here, no? So, this is resistance. So, this is the difference between resistance and resistivity. I hope you understand this. Now, see, from this you will get the formula for resistivity. What is that? Rho is equals to, rho we will keep here. A we will take this side, L we will take this side. A is in denominator. So, it will go in numerator with the multiplication of resistance. And L will come in denominator. Means rho is equals to RA by L. Resistance into area by length. Now, you know what is the SI unit? We have to calculate the unit of the resistivity. We have to calculate the unit of the resistivity. How? What is the unit of resistance? It is ohm. What is the SI unit of area? It is meter square. And what is the unit of the length? It is meter. Right? So this 1 meter will cancel with the second meter. So what the unit is there? The unit SI unit of resistivity is ohm meter. The SI unit of resistivity is ohm meter. all metal will have the low resistivity, and therefore we will use them as a conductor. They have a low resistivity, so we will use them as a conductor. SI unit of resistivity is ohm meter, and that is our fourth point. Resistance depends on the nature of the material also. So temperature, resistance depends on the temperature. Temperature increases, resistance also increases. Resistance depends on the length of the conductor. Resistance increases, if length of the conductor increases, resistance also increases. Length of the conductor decreases, resistance decreases. Area of cross section. If you will take a thick wire and if you will take a thin wire, the thick wire will have the less resistance and thin wire will have a more resistance. Means as the area of cross section increases, resistance decreases. Area of cross section decreases, resistance increases. Right? Inversely proportional. And resistance depends on the nature of the material also. Why nature of the material? Because different materials have the different resistivity. Different material have the different resistivity, and therefore it depends on the nature of the material also. Resistivity is specific resistance. Resistivity is specific resistance means the resistance, specific resistance which opposes specific resistance provided by that conductor. Specific resistance by that. If I am taking the copper wire, from that copper wire, how much resistance this copper wire can produce? That is resistivity. Right? If I will take this much wire or long wire, the resistivity will be constant because it is made up of copper. If you will take a silver wires, they will have if both the wires are silver, they have the same resistivity. If the two different metal wire you are taking, if one is suppose copper, one is suppose gold, they both the wires will have the different resistivity. Okay, so I hope you understand this, and if you like this, please like, share and subscribe to PRK Learning, and we will meet in the next videos. Till then, bye bye.